Good day, everyone. My name is Oguta Gode Prince, an undergraduate final year student under the Department of International Relations and Diplomacy in ISQ/Joint Professional Training and Support Scheme, acronym JPTS, and Obeji Study Center, Warri, Delta State of Nigeria. Yes, I'm here to bring an exercise to present to you a topic that says the breach of democratic government in the states and the response of international communities. Yes, I would like to bring some setting facts, definition of some terms. We have types of democratic and some key principles of democracy. We have the benefits and challenges of democracy and some case studies to discuss further. Then in conclusion to it, okay, let's quickly dive into some certain key terms, which is the first one, breach. What does breach really means? According to Longman Dictionary, it says breach is an action against a rule, against laws, against an agreement or an agreeable terms. Then democratic or democracy. Democratic is a process being controlled by a representative that is being elected by the citizens of that very country in order to represent them. Moving further, we'll dive into some certain types of democracy. The first one, we have the direct democracy, we have the representative democracy, we have the constitutional democracy, and we have the participatory democracy. In all, I would just like to lay some certain emphasis on the constitutional democracy and the participatory democracy. The constitutional democracy is a kind of democracy whereby the person that is coming out from the crowd to represent a state or a country must have to be observed by the constitution. The constitution of that state or that country must have to be fully abided. That person must have to be a law-abiding citizen, whereby the interests of the citizens must have to be taken charge or taken care as well. Then the participatory democracy, that is a process whereby every citizen in the country has an equal right to participate in order to vote for their conscience, who they really chose to work for, who they really chose to effect their aim as a country. Then moving on to some certain principles of democracy. We have the popular sovereignty, we have the free and fair election. In democracy, in a democratic government, taking US as a case study, there must have to be a free and fair election because no citizen will be deprived from the right to vote, because that is a right that is being given or an obligation where every citizen must attain. Then we have the protection of individuals. Every country or every state must have to attain to that every citizen of that country must have to be protected. Then we have the rule of law. Who is above the rule of law? Even the three arms of government, the legislative arm, the executive, and the judicial arm of government must have to abide to the rule of law in order to foster an effective government of a state. Then accountability and transparency. Under this is also some certain principles that governs a democracy. Then lastly on that, we have the separation of powers. How can a government be able to go beneath in order to protect the three arms of government, which is the legislative, executive, and the judicial arm of government, in order to balance some certain powers that have been disputed, or in order to maintain those powers, that is balance of power. Then we have some benefits of democracy. What are those key benefits of democracy? Democracy, in a democratic government, you must have to enjoy individual rights, social justice, economic stability. A country whereby the economic growth is not stable, then the country will move to crash. Then we have to improve education and a lot otherwise. In the country, the educational stage and the health stage must have to be improved on a regular basis. Then the challenges of democracy, we have discrimination and propaganda, inequality and social justice, then composition and abuse of powers. The process in a state whereby the powers are abused, then that will be a challenge or a chaos in that very state. Taking River State or Port Harcourt as a case study, that is a government whereby the federation had an announcement of a state of emergency, and that goes against the effectiveness or the benefits, the beneficial aim of that very citizens by depriving them from the state revenues. That is not the sense of democracy. By doing that, the state might run into so many killings and so many chaos in that very state. In conclusion or conclusively, democratic government must have to be a state that will indulge in order to be taking care of their citizens and the balance of power at large. I want to drop this question to you. Is Nigerian government really practicing democratic government? So in conclusion, I must have to accolade my Professor Christopher Mumalen, the president of ISQ/JPTS, for his beneficial works towards this academic excellence, and our coordinator, Mr. Amles Inaji Oliver, for his forwardness in order to foster JPTS at large in Obeji Study Center. Thank you and God bless.